Welcome back to Keep Up channel. Teenage girl and her boyfriend tormented for months by horrific catfish who told her to kill herself, only to discover the perpetrator was her obsessed mother. A teenage girl and her boyfriend had their lives turned upside down when they became victims of a horrific cyberbullying attack, but things only got worse when they discovered the perpetrator. Lauren Lickery and her former boyfriend, Owen McKenney, were 13-year-old high school students in Beale City, Michigan, when they became the targets of vitriolic harassment from an anonymous number in October 2020. The pair first met in 7th grade, when Lauren was 12. Thanks to their shared interests in sports, among other things, they hit it off. Their families supported the relationship, and Lauren's mother, Kendra Lickery, became close friends with Owen's mother, Jill McKenney. They were like a high school couple from a movie, Jill said. But just months into their relationship, the plot became something of a horror show when the students started to receive messages claiming that Owen was going to break up with his girlfriend and that he was enjoying an intimate relationship with an anonymous texter. "Hi Lauren, Owen is breaking up with you," the text began, continuing, "He no longer likes you and hasn't liked you for a while. It's obvious he wants me. He laughs, smiles, and touches my hair." The text added, "We are both down to F********. You are a sweet girl, but I know I can give him what he wants, sorry not sorry." It marked the start of a harrowing 2 years for the children and their families, but after months of searching for the sender, matters only worsened for Lauren when the FBI discovered her 44-year-old mother was behind the attacks. Kendra spent months stalking and bullying her daughter, telling her to jump off a bridge, and the messages only worsened as time went on. In October 2020, Owen was invited to an annual Halloween party held by his friend and fellow Beale City student Chloe Wilson. Owen wanted Lauren to attend as his plus one, but she declined because, as Owen put it in Netflix's new documentary, Unknown Number, The High School Catfish, she wasn't a fan of the girls in our grade, she just wanted it to be me and her and no one else. It was then that Lauren received the first text message, which included a line explaining that the texter was going to be at the Halloween party, and that they are down to F*******. Recalling the moment she received the text, which was from an unknown number, Lauren said, "I was just really confused of who this could be." After the Halloween party, the text stopped, and circumstances appeared to improve for Lauren, but 11 months later, she received the following message from a different random number. "How's the happy couple? Preparing for the end of a golden relationship? We hear about how you are the forever couple. Owen loves me, and I will always be the girl he loves. He will be with me while you're lonely, ugly is alone." Discussing the messages, Lauren said, "It seemed like the text messages were trying to make me and Owen break up. I knew it wasn't somebody I knew because I would have had their phone number saved in my phone." Lauren tried to call the number to figure out the person's identity, but her attempts failed. She couldn't block the number either because the sender was using a random number generator. "I was getting at least 6 text messages a day," Lauren said, which included the following, "Trash be **********. Don't wear leggings, ain't no one want to see your anorexic flat a ******. I would question what I'd wear to school," Lauren said of the message's impact, adding, "It definitely affected how I thought about myself." Despite Lauren and Owen being 13, the messages often included topics of a sexual nature. Lauren and Owen's friends and family banded together to try to figure out who was responsible for the messages, and due to the details included in the texts, they thought it must be someone in their circle. Her parents reassured her that everything was fine, while Owen's parents took his phone away every night and read the messages, which sometimes totaled 50 per day. 1 year after Lauren and Owen received the first message, the 4 parents went into the school in the hopes that they might find the perpetrator. Principal Dan Boyer recalled, "When they showed me some of the text messages, I was astounded." At the same time, the police became involved in the case, including Superintendent Bill Chillman. "They were vulgar and nasty enough to make a 53-year-old man blush," Chillman said, adding, "The evidence was extraordinary." The messages became the hot topic of the school, with Boyer and Chillman pulling students out of class and installing cameras in an attempt to get to the bottom of the problem, but after 13 months, they still couldn't locate the source. Around the same time, the messages started to strain Lauren and Owen's relationship, causing him to call off their 2-year romance. The pair now no longer talked to one another. He hoped that the decision would give the texter what they wanted and that they would stop the messages, but after the breakup, the messages worsened. Lauren received messages such as, "He thinks you're ugly, he thinks you're trash, we won, and you're worthless." The texter also told Lauren to kill herself, "Finish yourself or we will #bang," among other vile messages regarding physical harm. "When I first read that, I was totally in shock. It made me feel bad, I was in a bad mental state," Lauren said. After 15 months since the first message, the state police got involved, including Sheriff Mike Main. By the spring of 2022, Owen's parents were sleepless while their son was receiving messages throughout the night. At the same time, Lauren's family was breaking down while also grappling with financial issues. In April, Sheriff Main sought the help of the FBI in putting an end to the case, and presented the pages of messages to a liaison, which finally led the months-long search to Lauren's mother, who has a background in IT. FBI liaison Peter Bradley tracked down the IP addresses and linked it to Kendra's devices. "I really didn't know what to say," Bradley said. 22 months after Lauren and Owen received the messages, police secured a search warrant and questioned Kendra, who admitted to sending the messages. The admission caused shockwaves in Lauren's family, including for her father, who had no idea about his wife's actions, as well as Owen's parents, who became close friends with Kendra. Kendra denied sending the first message, but said she continued them. She had also told her family she was working, but in reality was let go from both of her jobs and spending her time sending the messages. Speaking in the documentary, Kendra said, "It was a very emotional day in our house. A day of confusion, unknown answers, shock, a day of not even knowing how we move forward to the next day, so it was a hard day, but at the same time, it was an end." She continued, "Every single one of us makes mistakes, not a single one of us has lived a perfect life, and realistically a lot of us have probably broken the law at some point or another and not gotten caught. I started in the thoughts of needing some answers, and then I just kept going. It was a spiral, kind of a snowball effect. I don't think I knew how to stop. I was somebody different in those moments. I was in an awful place mentally. It was like I had a mask on or something, I didn't even know who I was." Kendra, who added that her actions may have stemmed from her childhood trauma, said she would spend anywhere between an hour to 8 hours a day texting the children. "I let it consume me," she said. Referencing the messages where she referred to her daughter's body type, Kendra said, "Lauren knows she's skinny, she knows she's petite, she knows she's thin, so I might have kind of picked up on some of her insecurities." Thinking back to the moment she discovered the truth, Lauren said, "I think the shocked feeling turned into sadness, which turned into mad, which turned into crazy. I don't even know how to describe the feeling." Owen said, "I was just speechless, I didn't know how to handle it. My head was spinning. How could a mom do such a thing? It's crazy that someone so close could do something like that to me, but also to her own daughter." Owen's mother added, "I think she became obsessed with Owen, which is hard being a mom and that she's a grown woman, but I think that there's some kind of relationship that she wanted to have with Owen that obviously is not acceptable at her age. She would randomly just text him and try to keep a connection with him. She came to all of his sporting events even after him and Lauren broke up. This is disgusting." Owen agreed, saying, "It felt like she was attracted to me. She was super friendly." He added, "It wasn't like it was my girlfriend's mom, it felt like it was something more. She would do things for me, she would cut my own steak for me, it was too weird." Despite the findings, Lauren, who is now in college studying criminology, still longs to have a relationship with her mother. She said, "Not having a relationship with my mom, I just don't feel like myself. I really need her in my life." Kendra pleaded guilty to 2 counts of assaulting a minor and was sentenced to 19 months to 5 years in prison and was released in August last year. She's not currently allowed to see her daughter but hopes to have a relationship with her in the future. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.